With the Samsung Galaxy S5, and I'm just going to quickly take you through some top tips to show you how to get the best out of your device. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the ability to use the home button in different ways. So obviously if you're in an application, let's go to my file, and you ever want to get back to the home screen, all you need to do is press the home key and it will bring you back there to the home screen, so that's simple. Now a double press will actually bring up the voice recognition S-Voice, so then you can set an alarm, play music, ask it what the weather's like, and that's all from a double tap of the home button. And if you do a long press of the home button, it will bring up the Google Now application, and you can set this up to get the cards as you can see here. So you can get the weather, you can get flight times and times how long it will take you to get home from work, stuff about your favourite sports team, so that's well worth setting up as well. So that's 3 things you can do with your home button. Next up I'm going to show you how to get the one-handed setting mode. Now this is a big device for some people, it's 5.1 inches, so it might be too big for some tasks. So what you can do is you go to the settings and you scroll all the way down to one-handed operation, and you just flip it so the green switch is on there, and then it shows you how to do it here. So you go back to the home screen and you just quickly do a flick there from the right hand edge of the screen, and it shrinks the screen size, so now you can kind of navigate around a bit more easily with just one hand. You can type away, the keyboard will be smaller, so it's just much easier to do that way. And then as soon as you want to go back, you just flick it again, and then there you go, you've got the full screen back whenever you need it. So that's a really useful feature to have. The next thing I'm going to show you is actually the secret settings button. So say you're browsing the internet. Now down here you actually have a multitasking button. So when you press that, it brings you up all the panes of all the applications that are active. But if you actually do a long press of this button instead, it brings up the settings menu, which you used to see on the older devices. So that's all you need to do. You just need to hold down the multitasking key, and it will bring up settings in any application right there for you. So when it's particularly cold in the winter and you're wearing gloves, what you need to do is you can actually continue using the screen. All you need to go is go to settings, click on the display button here, and scroll all the way down and press increase touch sensitivity, and hey presto, you'll be able to use your device with gloves on without having to take them off and without having to get any special touch sensitive glove. And sticking in the display section, so you'll notice here there's an option called screen mode, and this allows you to change the type of display, change the color, temperature, the contrast. And what's actually been found by DisplayMate is that cinema mode is actually the best mode to have. So if you save that in, and it gives you a more realistic image replication, so it's really great for when you're watching films, you're looking at pictures, or when you're trying to buy something off the internet, particularly clothes, because it's going to give you a really accurate representation of the colours that you are going to receive in real life. Now in terms of battery saving, the S5 has a wealth of battery saving options here, more than any other phone we've probably ever seen. So in this one here there's the ultra power saving mode, and there's a normal power saving mode. So when you just want to save a bit of battery, you turn on normal power saving mode. You can block the background data, restrict the performance, and you can also turn on the grayscale. So what that will do is it will turn the display to black and white, but it won't affect any of the functionality of the phone. So as you can see here, you can go into any app. It will just be the lack of colors, and you can turn that off as well if you want. Now it goes a little bit more interesting when you turn on the ultra power saving mode, because what this does is not only does it change the display to grayscale mode, but it also changes off completely all the battery hogging applications. So it turns off mobile data, it turns off all your connectivity, and it will only let you use the very core applications. So it takes about a few seconds to get into, maybe 5-10 seconds, because it has to switch off all the junk that's in the background. And as you can see there, it's starting to bring up the basic interface there. So what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to still make phone calls, you'll be able to still message people, and you will get days of extra usage out of the device with this method. So it's very useful if you're going away on a trip and you're going to be have limited charging points, or if you're down to say your last 10% and you really need the device to last for a few more hours. So there you go, as you can see, you can still use the internet. You can add in a few more applications, so you can add in a clock, Facebook, WhatsApp as well, but it just tries to limit it. And as you can see there, it's saying it's got estimated 11-day standby time on this mode. Obviously usage time will be significantly less, but it will still be, it's a great feature to have when you're really struggling for that power. Another great feature is the download booster. So when you can turn this on is when you are downloading large files over 30 megabytes in size. So basically what this will do is combine Wi-Fi and 4G internet to help you download the files faster. So it's just there in the quick settings, and then you can also turn it on in that menu there as well. It's not available in all countries though. It is available in the UK, but in some networks in the US in particular, in areas like India, it hasn't been functionality which is activated, so it's very much carrier dependent, but it is really, really good because you can get speeds of up to 50 megabits per second, if you've got really particularly fast Wi-Fi and good 4G coverage. So it is worth using it when you have that and when you have an unlimited allowance in particular. Another great feature is actually the S-Health app, which is preloaded and which works with all of Samsung's biometric sensors. So there you can see there it's calculating the step count using the accelerometer, and you can also measure your heart rate as well. So you just click on there, and then what you do is you just put your finger on the back of the device and keep quite still, and hopefully it should give a reading. It can be quite temperamental at times, but yeah, as you can see there, and that's just there on the back. And also you can log your food habits and your exercise habits as well, so it's pretty good to, if you want to keep track of all your health needs. And of course, one of the other main attractions of the Galaxy S5 was actually the fingerprint scanner, which you can't really see. It's built into the fingerprint sensor right there, so it's worth activating this because it saves you having to type in a PIN number or password. So you just go to finger scan there. You can register up to 3 fingers at a time, and you can do either a thumb. You have to do it multiple times here before you can do it. It seems to be going pretty well at the moment. I don't find it's quite as accurate as the Apple fingerprint sensor. So I'm just going to type in a quick password. Yeah, but you can actually use this to buy applications from using PayPal and stuff like that. So it's not just for unlocking the phone. What you can do is actually purchase stuff with it. So here what I'm going to do is, there you go, you've got the option pay with PayPal. You link up your PayPal account and then you can just swipe your finger and make a purchase there. So let's just see if it's actually working from there. Yep, there we go, recognized, there we go, unlock my phone. So it's a good thing to have if you're always one of these people who can't be always unlocking your phone and always typing in your PIN number. It's really good to set up the fingerprint scanner right there. Now, the only thing that happens is that if you decide to encrypt your phone, so when you go down to security, if you encrypt it, you will not be able to you will not be able to register a fingerprint basically. So if you do choose to do that, you will be able to, it will scramble all your data, and every time you boot up the phone, it will ask you for a PIN number, but you won't be able to ever unlock your phone using a fingerprint scanner, which is a bit annoying. So just bear that in mind if you're thinking about setting up encryption. So one of the other great features of the Galaxy S5 is the ability to set up emergency contact. So you do this by going to settings and then safety assistance, and it will ask you to set up a primary contact. You can set up a spouse or a parent or anyone else. You add them in, and then what you will actually be able to do is if you ever need help, if you ever press the lock button here 3 times consecutively, the device will go into emergency mode, and it will automatically send pictures from the front camera and the rear camera, and also a text message with your location. It will automatically turn on the GPS settings, so you don't have to worry about leaving it on. and it will actually ping that to your emergency contact, and it will carry on doing that a few times until you disable the feature. So that's a really good thing if you're ever stranded, in a particular area, and you find yourself you're not being able to call anyone or text anyone. All you have to do is press the lock button 3 times. So that's another great feature that's in the S5.